Cancer! What's up? Welcome to Starchaeology Tarot. I am Desi. I will be your Starchaeologist this evening, and by evening I mean middle of the day. This is your May reading. Thank you for joining me for it. I'm excited to see what May has in store for you. My intention here is to align you with your highest self, your highest good, your highest path. Hopefully these messages will be resonant. If there are parts that are not, that's okay, guys. Certain messages, the ones that resonate with you, are the ones that are meant for you, and the ones that don't are meant for someone else. So please keep that in mind as we go through this reading. Let's dig into it. Get it? Let's go. Cancer, this May is a real month of duality for you. Feeling opposing forces and finding yourself at perhaps multiple forks in the road. And feeling the pull of these two opposing directions. The beauty of this is that you're going into May with a real sense of determination. And commitment towards whatever direction you choose. You might find yourself in this place starting in May or wrapping up the month of April. These first two cards that we have here are the Eight of Swords plus the Two of Wands. So that determination from the Two of Wands can go towards a direction that serves you, towards something that brings you closer to achieving your goal, because again, this is wands. This is that desire energy, that kundalini energy, that life force energy, soul purpose that is pulling you and guiding you. It can bring you closer to your life's purpose, to your soul's purpose. It can help align you with your higher path, or it can just keep you here. That energy, that determination, to stay in this place, to dive deeper into your own anxieties, to further isolate yourself, particularly mentally, to further restrict yourself, to further trap yourself. You have that determination that you have right now is unflappable. It's unshakable. So it's up to you whether you apply it to something that actually serves you and helps you, or limits you and tears you down and weakens you, diminishes you. So it's there's like a sense of stubbornness here. Some of you might find yourself being stubborn towards doing what you know will actually help you. Because there's some sort of sense of righteousness, or just like, I'm hearing like, see, I told you so, of being in this place. Like, I knew that I would be here, and look, I'm going to prove it to you all that I'm staying here and I was right. Instead of kind of separating yourself from the ego of that, or from the mental games you're playing around that, the mind games you're playing, and just letting go of that, surrendering that for the sake of your own greater good. I'm hearing that is true for some of you, maybe not all of you. But the thing about this Two of Wands, this direction, this new direction, this determination, it's never too late to turn around. It's never too late to turn around. You realize you're going in the wrong direction exactly when you're supposed to realize that you're going in the wrong direction. And just no matter how far you've traveled on that path, it will never justify you continuing along a path that you know is not right for you. So don't continue along this path just for the sake of, well, look how much time I've put into this. Look how much time I've put into building this prison around me, this jail cell of my own making. Look how much effort, how much I've slaved away over isolating myself, over not conforming to that town behind me, that community behind me. I refuse to conform. I am an individual to my own detriment. That only hurts you in the end. So you have incredible, immense power here. Immense power with this Two of Wands card. You have such a sense of purpose. The potential for a real purpose, the potential to allow your desires, your soul, those soul feelings, that kundalini energy, that desire, what clues your desires are giving you about the directions you should take. You have such power and purpose in that. Don't misuse that, because whatever it is, wherever you direct these arrows, these wands, whatever direction that arrow ends up pointing in, you have the determination to lead you down that path, even if it's the wrong path. So be very careful and conscious where you are pointing these wands, where you are pointing that arrow, and make sure it is in a direction that aligns you with this. This is what we have in the action and advice position. The Empress plus the Five of Pentacles. Are there two more opposing energies in tarot? It's kind of crazy to pull these out together. The Five of Pentacles has to do completely with a lack mentality, a scarcity mentality, not just about the pentacles in our lives, the things that we can touch, the lack of those actual physical material things like money, lack of the job, lack of a place to live, your own space, lack of possessions, lack of assets, all of those pentacles, those gold coins that we seek so much to acquire in this 3D game here on Earth. The Five of Pentacles appears not so much to indicate a period of loss, a period of lack, but rather the fear of that lack, the fear of not having enough. Always coming from a place of I'll never have enough, as opposed to an abundance mindset, which is I will always be provided for. And I can trust the world to support me in that. It's not just up to me it's not just this burden that I have to carry. Of fighting this unfair world and fighting to make sure I have enough. Because that fear, again, of there's only so much abundance, and I have to have a piece of that pie. I have to fight. I'm always coming from a place of, well, this might be gone like that. And there's a very fine line between that and having appreciation of and gratitude of a single present moment. Because, of course, the knowledge of knowing that lack exists is what makes us appreciative of the abundance in our lives. But there's a difference between just the consciousness of that lack and the fear of that lack. This is very much so about the fear. The consciousness will only support you. It will only make you more grateful for the things you have. The fear will always keep you in a fear mindset of not having enough, which is then the thing that you create. So this action and advice here is really again, we have this fork in the road, these opposing, these really opposite forces that are vying for your attention during this time. And I think the way that you determine this direction, this new direction, the way that you get closer to your goal, the way that you determine where you point this compass, this soul compass towards your soul desire, towards your soul purpose, towards achieving that dream that's so much, that's greater than you, that feels like your purpose here on earth. The way in which you do that is always by coming from an abundance mindset, by having the expectation already that direction definitely exists, and it is attracting your attention, your gaze, just as much as you are putting in the effort to look for it. You are not alone in determining this. You are supported. You have this desire in you because the world expects you and wants you to fulfill it. We can't fulfill those deep desires. We can't fulfill those soul purposes. We can't fully use our talents and our gifts if we also have the very false belief system that there isn't a place in the world for us. There isn't a place in the world for our gifts, that we are so isolated and so trapped, where, we've turned our back on society, we've turned our back on the world because the world doesn't work in a fair way or doesn't have enough to support us in being our true selves, of being our highest selves. When we operate from that mentality, which at its very root is a fear mentality, a poverty, scarcity-based mindset, then we become lost on our journey towards what we want. We become lost on our journey to fulfilling our soul purpose. It's a lot harder to find that determination, to find that direction and commit to that direction, because we feel like we don't trust the very path in front of us. A lack of trust in the world around us. We can't have an abundance mindset if we don't have that trust. The Empress is calling you at this time to, this is our one major arcana card of this reading. It's crucial that you really tap in to an abundance mindset right now, which is all about your expectations for yourself, your expectations of what is possible for you, and your expectations of what you deserve. Because either of those things, or both of those things, could be false narratives in your current belief system for you. Things that don't support you, things that don't support this direction and determination that your soul is trying so hard to steer you towards. The action and advice here is, let this replace this. When you sense this coming up, have the awareness to recognize it for what it is, which is not your friend. This is not your teammate. This is not someone who will help you as you go in this new direction. This will keep you here. So have the awareness. Make those observations. Observe yourself carefully this month, and catch yourself when you find yourself speaking words, thinking thoughts, taking action that supports this reality. This can be your reality. And as soon as you sense this, replace it with this. Do all that you can to nurture and nourish an abundance mindset for yourself, which has to do all with the expectations that you have of what the world has to offer for you. Affirm that not only do you have enough, there will always be enough for you, but that you are enough. You are more than enough. You are rich with so much more than what you are recognizing right now. Rich. And not only what you have and what you are, but the potential, the potential abundance that's just floating around you, waiting for you to just pluck it into existence. When you approach life with that kind of perspective of all that is possible, it makes it so much easier then to actually get through the times of real lack. Because you know that those times are just temporary. That's not something that you are a default that you are consistently resisting and fighting against. The default is abundance. These moments are just the tests, the finite, limited moments where that default of the true nature of our existence, which is that there is enough for all of us, which is that abundance is everywhere, which is that there's enough love to go around for everyone, enough of everything, enough for everyone in the world to have their basic needs met. That is the default, and that should remain your default. When it is, it makes those times of lack so much more manageable, so much easier, because we have the vision forward. We're able to see what happens on the other side of that trial, that tribulation. The best potential outcome of May is how you will come. Let me show you these cards first. We have the Seven of Swords plus the Six of Wands. So you will rise transformed out of any ashes that are created in May. You are going through a real metamorphosis here, where that metamorphosis lies in Wands and Sword territory. How the relationship between your thoughts, between your belief systems, your mental state, and how you go about getting what you want. That desire, that Kundalini energy, that life force, that inexplicable life source, life source, spirit, soul, energy. Those have not been in alignment for you recently, maybe for some of you, ever. Maybe you've always felt that Kundalini energy pulsing through you, that soul purpose energy, that magic, that immeasurable magic pulsing through you, leading you and trying to align you with what really matters in life, with your highest purpose, your highest self, your highest good. But your brain, your thoughts, all of that has been conditioned in a way that's incredibly limited. That's created a very limited worldview for you. And those thoughts, those belief systems have never quite aligned with the thing inside yourself that you can't really explain. That's otherworldly. That's coming from the spirit world. And so because those things haven't been aligned, it's held you back. And now is a time where the ways in which your mind has deceived you, those things are coming to light. You're rising out of those things. You're transforming out of those stale belief systems that have kept you isolated and trapped in your own life. Kept you trapped from living the life you want to be living. No one can steal your life from you but yourself. I'm hearing that. No one can steal your life from you but yourself. No one can steal your life force from you but yourself either. You have full authority over that. You are the one who sets those restrictions, who sets the boundaries. People can try, but it's always you who ultimately either lets them or doesn't let them. You are in control. And There are ways that your thoughts have been fraudulent. Your thoughts have deceived you, have committed fraud. And I think this is one of the biggest deceptions, this scarcity mindset. The ways in which maybe you grew up, this goes back to childhood, coming from a very scarcity-based mindset. The fear of not having enough, the fear of lack. But now you are waking up to the truth, to seeing yourself as the Empress, as the creator of everything good in your own life, and for so much more beyond your own life, because none of us are separate. What we do good for others, we do good for ourselves. What we do good for ourselves, we also do for others. And if it's something that you are doing for yourself that's not good for another person, then it's not good for you either. The good is always aligned. The greater good is always aligned across the board. You will be victorious. I mean, that's the main message here of by the end of May. This card, this is the Six of Wands. This is victory. This is transformation, transformative victory. Coming out the victor, coming out the hero, who has been transformed by the battle, and therefore very grateful for the battle that came before. Very grateful for having the opportunity to out this imposter here. Whoever is in your head saying these thoughts to you that you've mistaken to be your own voice. That's not your voice. That is a voice from someone else. And it could be society, it could be culture, it could be a person in your life who just passed on their own negative belief systems straight to you, a parent, a friend, a caretaker. But that voice is not your true voice. So it's time to out that imposter, that mental imposter, and declare, you cannot steal anything from me. You cannot steal my real thoughts from me. They will always prevail. And this is a time when they are truly prevailing, when the truth is revealing itself to you. Use your mind, your intellect aligned with that wand, with your fire, that Two of Wands, aligned with your fire, aligned with your spirit, soul, your kundalini energy, your desire, that drive in you, that magic drive in you. Use all of those aligned with each other to determine the real truth. Cancer, come out of May as the butterfly. What a perfect time to do that. Is that when butterflies I feel like that's a natural time. This is spring, and you are coming out of this spring. You are blooming. You know, like a flower transforming from the bud. You are turning into a butterfly from the caterpillar in the chrysalis. You are blooming. By the end of May, you have the opportunity to take flight. So it's time to do everything that you can. Apply that determination to support your future flight, to support your future metamorphosis, to support your growth into this next phase, this next life cycle for you, instead of keeping you in this chrysalis of swords, keeping you in this mental chrysalis. You're not meant to live in the chrysalis. The chrysalis is for transformation only. And it's uncomfortable for a reason. It's the things in life that are uncomfortable that help us change, that help us change our circumstances. If we're completely comfortable, even with things that aren't good for us, it's much harder to change. We have no catalyst for change then. And human beings by nature will resist that change at all costs, regardless of whether it's good or bad. So if you are feeling uncomfortable come these early days in May, embrace that discomfort and see it as a sign that it's time to let the chrysalis transform you. It's time to out what is fraudulent, out the deceit, see past the things that you've maybe kept secret from yourself, the things your subconscious maybe has kept secret from your conscious mind, and see those truths and lies for what they are and grow past them into real abundance. Cancer, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. Share this with anyone who you think would appreciate it, especially during this time. We all need, I think, a little extra support, which is why I have felt called to start this channel. I so appreciate your support in this. Truly, I am beyond grateful for you, and I hope you'll continue to walk this journey with me. I'm determined as I head in this direction myself, and I'm really grateful to have your company along the way. Thank you so much. Stay inside, stay safe. I literally love you.